The difference between a good leader and a great leader is often just 90 minutes a week. The elite organization understand that meeting cadence is not about more meetings, but it's about creating a strategic pulse that aligns, motivates, and propels teams towards extraordinary results. Your current approach may be suffocating your team's potential. Leaders with optimized teams generate 91% more breakthrough innovations, reduce internal friction by 62%, and achieve a 3.4 faster strategic pivots. The most valuable real estate in your company isn't the time you spend communicating, it's the time you spend with your teams. I can't tell you how many times I get into an organization and I see that we have all of these meetings, and all these meetings have some sort of strategic statement and alignment, and maybe they'll have an agenda and maybe they won't. Maybe there'll be a clear definition of what's going on, but they seem to be random. They seem to be all out of sorts and only when necessary. They don't have a good cadence. And one of the things I find is creating a cadence in an organization makes a difference. If everyone knows exactly what's coming, what's to expect, and where it's going to be, that is a propeller for the organization. How many times have you been in an organization or in a meeting that you're talking to someone who's, oh, I didn't know I need to bring that, or oh, I wasn't sure that was going to happen, or I didn't know where that's going to be. That's an indication that they are not on board with what you're doing, and your communications and your issues may be not clear. One of the great challenges with large organizations is that no one is clear and they're always trying to catch up. So creating and slowing down, and I've created a whole another video on how to do slow is fast, and I'll link it below. But slowing down the process so that you can have them understand what is expected and they know when it's happening. So it may seem a little rote, but creating meetings in a cadence that they know that it's going to happen. So for example, I have a Monday morning meeting with the entire team that sets expectations of what's going to happen in the week and what has happened the week before. And we go through and we talk about everything that's happening in each one of the clients that we're talking about. So we're already focused first thing in the morning. It's really new for most of them. Exactly what's going on, what we're doing, a focus. Now, we may have marketing stand-up meetings throughout the week. We may have marketing meetings and level meetings, but all of those are set up. And I talk about a stand-up marketing meeting as a meeting that is clearly to focus on one specific thing. We focus on the marketing of the company or the marketing of what's going on. We may have a social media stand-up meeting, which is all about that. And what we'll do is we'll go through client by client or go through issue by issue, talk about it, make sure everyone's on the same page. And the object is to get them done fast. So in the Monday morning meetings, catch up and check in. The first thing we do, we go around and we check in with everyone. We find out what everyone's done for the weekend. Then we quickly go through everything in each one of the clients, what's going on and who's doing it. So it's really clear. And then we want to ask, is there any sort of blockages? So everyone knows exactly how that meeting is going to run. They know how it's going to run. They know what it's going to be done. And therefore on Monday, they're prepared. Now, if we have a marketing stand-up meeting in the middle of the week for a client, they know that we're going to be there and we're going to be talking exactly what deliverables they need and what they have. And, once or twice people say, oh, I didn't realize we do that. But if it happens every week on the same day, they know I'm going to ask the same question. And so they'll get it done. There's a pressure, not only a pressure to get it done, but it's a pressure because the rest of the community is sitting there and waiting for them to get it done too. So they don't want to say, oh, I didn't get to it. Oh, I didn't want to do it. Oh, I wasn't interested in it. They get it done. So they know that every Monday we're going to have a conversation and I'm expecting what we agreed on last Monday to be done or move forward. And then everyone knows what's coming up next and we have some clarity, but we also allow the other conversation. What's holding you back? Who do you need help with? So that we ask that question so that instead of saying, tell me if you need help, what do you need help with? What's holding you back? What's the issue? Because also what happens in that meeting is it becomes less of a reporting meeting and more of a collaboration. Hey, I can do that. I've done something like that before. Here's something we've done before. Hey, I've noticed something else. The other set of meetings that I love is the meetings that we start talking about what's next. So as an innovative company, we like to talk about what's next. And we have a meeting where it's all about what's going to come next. Where are we going? We also have check-in meetings, and these are my favorite. These are meetings where I spend 15 minutes with each one of the team members just to find out what's happening. Now, admittedly, the running joke is that I always pop into work, and I have to force myself because I'm not interested in work with those meetings. That cadence is all about getting to know and understand what they need, what they want, and they know they can bring up anything. It's a private meeting between me and them. So if there's issues, if there's problems, if there's things that need to be solved, they know that they can do that. So if they have these structures of meetings throughout the month and throughout the week, they know that they can keep, I'm going to talk about marketing on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So I'm just going to hold all those questions because we can have that conversation. It cut down on emails. It cut down on conversations. Now, of course, things come up and we have to have emergency meetings. And I even have a name for those. They're called fire drills. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fire drill. We all need to step back and make sure that happens. That fire drill has a pattern too. There's a cadence even to the emergency ones so that people feel comfortable. They know what's going to be expected of them, and therefore they can lay into it a little more. They understand what's going on, and that cadence starts to build. They know that every Monday they need to get it done, so they better get it done on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or whatever they claim to do it, because they don't want to walk into that meeting and say, no, I didn't get to it, because it's the rest of their community. We as a community thrive together or fall together. So creating that cadence, creating that understanding, creating that framework and structure that everyone likes. And I even created a little note for me of exactly how that framework works so that I have an agenda. Now, I don't usually publish it because everyone knows exactly what we're going to be talking about because we're in a weekly conversation. But that agenda could be created and sent out as well. Again, helpful. Especially if you've got larger groups that may be distracted, that agenda then becomes, here's all the things we're going to be talking about. And the advantage is that agenda can be created in the meeting before so that everyone knows and they come prepared, they come to be able to talk. And I shoot for, if it's normally an hour meeting, I try and cut it in half. And sometimes I try and cut it to 15 minutes. Here's where we are, here's the problems we have. Now, I may schedule 30 minutes, but I'm going to try and keep it to 15 because people are active, interested, and they're not droning on. Stuff that is not applicable to the entire organization, we ask to take offline and have another conversation. Now, usually what I'll do is I'll have a reserve hour afterwards and doing the offline conversations, but on the online, everyone knows what's going on and everyone's participating. So that cadence, that meeting schedule, that meeting ability is a powerful way of getting things going, of helping them understand what you're doing, how your team works, how you expect, and what is expected. Because there's nothing like getting to a meeting and feeling like you're unprepared. But if you know exactly what's going to be doing, and you keep that up for 3 months at a time, everyone is going to come to that meeting well prepared, well understand, and they will save you time and energy because they'll hold those questions and those ideas because they know there's a place where they can be answered. They know where that is going to happen and they know how it's going to happen. They're more comfortable and they don't feel like they need to get it all done. Usually most things can wait 3 or 4 days, and if they can't, then they can't. But most of the time, if you train them to do that, you protect your time, you protect their time. I hope this has helped. What I'd love you to do is I'd love you to take a look at the cadence of your meetings. Are they sporadic? Are they long? Are you getting everyone you need in there to pay attention and to be part of the process? Or are they just droning on? Most of the time, it doesn't hurt to do a quick cleanup, an ability to just go, let me fix this up. Try creating a cadence, try setting up meetings in a cadence, and you'd be astounded at how quickly people get stuff done and save stuff to have the conversation. Because everyone likes to bring up a good idea, and it's more fun to bring it up with your teammates. So think about that. Take a look at some of the insights that you have around meeting cadence or some suggestions you have. I'd love to hear them. Put in the comments below, and I look forward to talking to you and continuing this conversation. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode on the Strategy Session, where we take your business from stuck to unstoppable. Here's another video I think you'd enjoy. If you found these insights valuable, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Remember, You're not just marketing, you're making history with Venture Gained.